So now it's time to add some props on the plane, like these wheels. And doing that, I'm creating a new cube, and I'm dragging this right there, and I'm scaling it a little bit. So this is like I want to create this shape, but inside there's a hole, so we have to put also a little bit attention on that. So I'm extruding this a bit smaller, and already there. So now I'm resizing it a little bit. So good. Fine. And to keep in mind, here is the first hole, and it ends right there. So I want this line over there. So you can keep it in mind. So something like this. I don't like to work in a mirror modifier. Doesn't give any sense for this little part. If you think why I'm not doing that. Oops. Right there. And you guys should go down. Smaller. Yes. Weird shape. Well, if we finish this one, I'm toggling to the other side. But for now, we keep here. Great. Inside here in my house, it is really freezing. And I'm working, and it's really, really cold in here. Don't like it. And it's snowing outside. Blech. I don't like that. Oh, I like countries with a lot of sunlight. Putting it there. You can see there is some chains here, and I don't know why, because this thing is matching. So I think these two are just not really compatible with each other. So anyway, making that smaller, and what I will do is make this one, and I'm going to drag the bottom one, or making that smooth. Well, I can smooth it, something like this, and then I'm dragging it right there. Alright, cool. I'm not putting it upwards, because I don't think it has any sense. But what I can do is scale this front side. Yes. And the reason why is that the one in the image has the same. Cool. And put a bit there. Alright. And then there was something from the inside. We have to create a hole inside. So right there. Scale that as Y, and then I like to pop it out a little bit. One more as Y, and then go to the inside. So this is for the wheel. I think this is a bit too much, but it works. Yeah, well, it works. And then we go in something like this. You won't really see it later, just to have this ID, and bring this a little bit back. So okay, good. Right. And we need 1, 2, 3 of them. So if I go to this view, I'm pressing Shift. No, Alt D will work. Or do we need to change anything? Well, I want to change one more thing, because I think they are a little bit too straight. here. I had to do this before I made it smooth. So and I should select these as well. So just small details that are not really important, but they make it looks nicer. I don't know what it is, but it looks better now. So, oh, what was that in the back? Oh, that doesn't look good at all. Whoa, 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 whoa. That looks like terrifying. So we can change this as well. Oh, I have to look for the right buttons. Same for this one. It has totally a different angle. Oh, this is good. And don't know why this is so weird. So I can't really help it. Or leave it what it is. Just choose what you want. As I think this really works. Only this part is really ugly. Oh. So we have to make this smaller. And that one. And this one. And yeah, we can finalize that. Right? Doing so. Way better. Way better. Cool. Anyway, you have an idea how this works. And now I press Alt D. And I want one over here, and that's Shift D. Reason is that we maybe have to tweak that a little bit, but it looks good. So now you see, I can recommend using good blueprints, not these free things on the end. If you just want to mess around, you can use them from Google, and when you find something, and you tweak it. But if you have a great project and you want to make the best of the best, just buy one. This is really worth. But yeah, now you learn the opposite way. Okay, this is good. I'm focusing later on the wheels. I want to make these these things we are holding them together using the mirror modifier. Mesh cube mirror. I'm not going to clipping them. This should be good. Okay, right, or else we have to do all that work the same. I think you don't like that. Oh, I don't like it. This is it. Yes. So it is starting right there. So make that something like this. Yeah, and smaller. Smaller, smaller, smaller. And oh, not in the object mode. Just I did something not good. Exactly. Cool. Oh wow. Why is that? I'm making sometimes a lot of mistakes. Bring them a little bit closer, but it's going to be alright. Downwards. Okay, don't mess up right now. And then I dragged it in the wrong position. So this is good. Take your time for it. You don't have to hurry. Cool. If you like, you can make that bigger, something like this, and then make that later smaller. don't know how this is acting, but trying to do it as good as possible. You want this to have a straight line. Oh, we're almost done. With this part, I mean, we're not done with the tutorial. Oh yeah, we have some other cool epic thing here. So I think this is like this, and then we get something weird. So what I will do is do something weird. It's getting bigger, something like this, and more, and then it's joining it like so. I think this is the right way. So oh, great, but this part needs a bit more attention. Yeah, like this, and I can't wait to use this one. Smooth it, and I want these a little bit more upward so you can see more depth in it. So it's sealed inside of it. Great, cool. And I'm guessing if this is the right measurement. So yeah, well, it says it is thick, so what we can do is just mesh around with these OSX. All right, good. So yeah, you can bring that one inside of it and save your work. File save. And is it an idea to copy this one or that one and then tweak it? Well, why not? I mean, why not? Of course, we should make it a bit, more believable. Alright, this is there, and then this part is the one we need to turn around and rotate it, something like this. Oh, now I'm losing you. If I want to replace it, I should drag this. Alright, okay. Well, focusing on that layer, we're now going to tweak these a little bit. Oh yeah, also these ones. So we can just use it like that, but we should, I think, make things smaller, I guess. No, it's really fitting well. Alright, I'm only happy with that. Of course I'm happy. So this is looking a bit weird. We need that area, and need to redesign this. On that part. Oops, just like everything, not just a single vertex. Alright, now we're making fun. Alright, ooh, selection mode. I want to put this on that thing. Alright. And what this is looks a bit not exactly as I wanted it. How is that in real life? Well, it is really thick, but is it also... What we can do is cheating a little bit. Yeah, way better. In my opinion, this is way better. and we're selecting this area now. Yeah, we're dropping this in this area. Okay, cool. Houston, we have a problem, I think. In the middle, and so this should be the same right now. Okay, we can always tweak it a little bit if we have some time left. But things like this can be fixed right now. So yeah, if we have a very high detailed image of it, we could do that right now, but something for later. So now we have these nice yeah, wing frames, or I don't know really how you call that. One more thing to do right there, mesh cube, or you know, I'm just using a circle or cylinder. We use cylinder. And this is really blurry. There's not really like, you have to do it like so what I'm going to do is just be a little bit creative or whatever. So I'm selecting these ends, and what do you think, Rob? Well, it's going like this, and then there's something popping out like so, and then it's getting smaller again, and then it's getting extruding this, and then like this, coming really straight out of it. And we have something in the back. What I can select is like these, but they need to be in the middle, and they are in the middle. So creating another part. I don't know what kind of part this is, really. I don't know. I'm not really a plane dude. Maybe this looks really bad that I remove it when I finish it, but we have to try this. Just try it, but with patience. Okay, this really hurts me, so I'm not really happy. So we can do is something like this. Yeah, it looks okay. A lot of vertices, but yeah, I can live with it. I can smooth it out, so we have something over there. And yeah, why not? We create some wheels. Mesh a torus or a curve, a circle curve. I will do this one. Rotate is 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, and make it smaller. So something like this, and we go to this curve, make this full, and what we do is creating some depth in it, make it smaller, more depth. We put it right there, make this resolution 1, and maybe extrude this a little bit, make resolution 2. Okay, cool. Make this a bit thicker. Make this resolution 1. Okay. And yeah, I just go to convert to mesh, and I'm selecting this circle in the middle. Or what I will do, there are a lot of doubles. I don't know why. Really, I don't know. It's always when I use these torus things. Control point, it's in the middle, and now I want something. Alt that circle, that's what I want. Shift V, bring that in the middle, and maybe that's the P selection, because I don't know what I want to do. Something like this. I want to make this look like a wheel. And a wheel, oh, I made a lot of wheels in my life. Virtual wheels, not real ones. But yeah. You always just do something you think that looks cool. Okay, now we have to finish it. And I'm doing that by just clicking this. And we have a wheel. And what you can do is just playing around with some depth, putting it right there, and selecting everything. Shift D, make this rotate minus 180, and put it right there. So we have from both sides this wheel, what looks good, what looks like an effect. Control N and it's removed, and this should give the same ID. Control N and it's removed, and we have a wheel. And what I will do is pressing Alt D, because I'm happy with, oh, this is a little bit bigger, what is no problemo. Oh wow, I made this one in the middle, and we can drag that one over here in the middle. Alt D, and it's right there. So we also have some wheels, and we put color and textures later on. So right, in the next part we're going to focus on making the frame looks better. So we're creating some nice frames in the windows, and focusing on this propeller, what do you call it, like propeller? Alright, I don't know. And maybe on this big wing there is some issue over here, as we need to put this one also in, like we did right here. So a lot of things to do. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial still, and yeah, see you in the next part. So now we have the basic shapes of the plane. I want to put some attention on the window frames. So these are the windows and this is the frame, but as you look, they are just not matching really. They're not really integrated. We need something around it. So what we do is select the main frame, and we go around, or Alt that button, and pressing Shift V. So we have on this selection, P selection, and don't select the window. We only want these lines, and we're extruding this a little bit, just a little bit. SY, also from here in the bottom, SC, sorry, and we're extruding this from the outside, so we have something around it. And maybe small this a little bit, and do it one more time, SY, no, SZ, and getting confused a little bit. You have something like this, and I think it's no problem to SZ. So we have a nice shape around it. We have these conflicts. It happens a lot of times to me, but if you press Ctrl N, they're gone. So one over there, one over here, and it looks way better. And I'm going to do that also with this one. So you know the workflow. Select everything, Shift D, P selection. This is the good one. And you will find out if you select the window, things get meshed. So same thing here, extruding it a little bit, this is too much, and like this, extruding it to the top, and we go to the inside, Z, and we bring that to the outside, and one to the insides, bring it in. Oh, and smooth one. Select everything, Control N. And I want this last one more to the inside, so it's merging. Maybe the same with this one. Needs to be getting it, so that's better. Good. You could do this maybe with a solidify, but that wasn't the best way to do for me. So some people work with solidify. That makes things more rounded and in shape, but yeah, this is how I do it. I tried it out. Promise. So same with these guys. Come on, shift the P selection. So we have this nice thing, and this is a complicated one. But yeah, we try it out. Scale it as, and now we bring it upwards. And another one, just getting inside the plane. And we put that one also in. From all the angles, it looks okay. Selecting everything, Control N. And the last one. Okay. We selected everything. Shift the selection. This one. This. Where is that? There's a single line. But is it not in the? Should be. Oh yeah, it is. I thought it's not in the mirror. Extruding to the outside. Yes, that's good. And this is a bit just finding it out what you like. It's not really a good way to, or maybe there is, but. And I want the last one, and that's getting inside the plane. And same with that one. I want it inside. Oh, maybe I have two of them. Oh. Okay, cool. Not really cool, but we have to do it by hand. It's a really bit meshed, but that's not weird if you make things like this. And we go to that one. Yes. And for these are and we're almost done. Oh. Acting weird. You don't want them really that high. And we have more conflicts. No, yeah, over here we have two more. That's not really a conflict, but. And the last one. And we want this a bit more to the inside. So we have a nice border, and have a look at this stuff. It can be have some attention. Okay, cool, sweet, smooth, and alright. And we can always fix some stuff if we think we did not good. Alright, and on all the other sides it looks promising. We need this cone on the end, and we go mesh, and where is it? Cone. Yes. Alright. I hope I can fix this with a cone. I think with my main file I did it. I want to create some extra lines, but it's not possible in this shape. Don't know why, so going to do this a bit different. Maybe this is not the way it should be. It's not perfectly. Yeah, this looks. But just give me a moment to find this out. Alright. And we have something in here. And more stuff over here. Just one vertical vertice. Yeah. Smoothest. And you can still see there's a little problem over there. Alright. Alright. And this one as well. Okay, cool. And it needs to be there. And there are some more things to show you. So, and that is, there are some how can I say that, rounded holes in the plane, and we should make that as well. So that's what we're gonna do, creating some extra lines to do that. And it's hard to see it, but there's one. Okay, cool. We don't have to jam this. And one over here. This is good. This is good. And I want more resolution. Oh. And this guy. Still okay. Still doing good. Okay, this one, this one. Oh, don't touch these. So this is the shape. Okay, one final check. I want a line here. So I think we're just gonna do that. So selecting everything. Only these. Okay. Smaller? No. And now bring this in. So wow. Okay, cool. Somewhere there. So you won't really see the. And you can see this is really important for the plane. I don't know what it is. I think it's for having air in it, for ventilation. But for the people with sharp eyes, there's sorry, there's another one. What can we do with you? Want you? Fix that? No, I just want some extra stuff over here. You stay there. Wow. don't want to mess this up. I'm doing that. So what is a good idea? What is good to do? Okay, I think I know. So on this angle, I need to replace that on top of it. Like this. I'm making this really, really simple. Don't really have the tools to make this different. So, but it's no problem. No problem at all. What we can do is something like this. Oh wow. Okay, cool. And that's the last one. Okay, did we ruin it? Not really. So I guess there's a better way to do this. I didn't find out yet, but it's with yeah. Anyway, and same for this stuff. Bring this a little bit inwards and finalize that. Oh, something like this. Okay, cool. All right. Right. Checking. Good. In the next part, we're going to focus on this propeller. I want to do it in this one, but we have to focus on that. It's a really tricky part, and starting with texturing it. So see you in the next tutorial part. In this part of the tutorial, I want to create the propeller, and I want to fix this big arrow thing with the shape inside it. So I'm removing this image. Well, I'm selecting another one, and that's the propeller, and I'm going to this one, and there it is. I'm not going to work in the mirror modifier because this is a really complicated shape for what I want to do, so I'm leaving it as what it is. I'm making this one smaller. So observing this shape is that I think this part is a bit thicker than this one. So I just studied some propellers, and there we go. And I should enable this one. So I'm extruding it, and there we go. And make it a bit smaller. Smaller again. Almost done. Cool. All right, and I want some line over here because you can see some transition. Well, I can see transition over there, and we can ignore the middle, this round stuff, because I put this in the cone. You won't see this anymore. Maybe focus on this. These little details, but it's not a lot. Anyway, so selecting these. Oh, always good to enable that one. Yes, and make that smaller. And same for these. Oh, there's something weird going on. Well, let's have a look. I think it's because very important to select everything. You can save a lot of time with that. So now it's good. Sorry for this confusing moment. This side view. All right. Cool. Okay, again, I'm selecting these. Okay, I think we did good. And Y axis, and same for this side. And there we go. Y. And we can create something like this. Or shouldn't we? Smooth. Well, I think I'm happy with the result as what we have. Well, it's only good, right? Always good. So another thing what I want to do is twisting this one, and I do not really have an explanation for it, but I thought wing propellers are twisted, so that's what I'm going to do with this one, just a little bit. So there's a twist inside it. Okay, cool. And shift D and put it right there. So now we have a nice propeller. And maybe, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Sorry for this confusing stuff. I want it to have more smooth. Yes, this is more like a propeller. And now shift D. There needs to be always moments to fix your stuff. Like now. Okay, cool. And selecting them, dropping them in this layer, and combine them, Control G, rotating it, -90, I guess, but I think I'm guessing good, -90, yeah. And small this one, and same for this. This is not really in scale, so I'm just trying some stuff out. What looks fine. This is important because if you're gonna rotate this one, it needs to be exactly in the middle. So selecting everything, orange dot in the middle, it needs to be there. So now it's going perfectly around it. Make it a bit smaller, even a bit more. Okay, cool. Next thing what we're gonna do is focusing us on this wing. I want to have a shape in it. So to get that result, I'm putting these lines over there. And I have to place them in the right, turn off O. So I think this is nice. Okay, great. Now what we're going to do right now, let's go here. I want these also in the right position. And if you, no, we just leave it as what it is. That's what it is. All right. Selecting them. Pretty good. And check if everything is selected, that you don't miss anything. And I think we did good. So Shift D and P selection, and then we're doing it exactly the same. So we're selecting these. All right, checking it again. Everything is selected. Yes. Pressing X, faces. So now we have a hole inside it. And what I want to do is oh, cool. This is what I want to tweak. I'm not really happy with this. Not really a big deal, but so pretty nice. Okay. You will discover that later when you're modeling and you think, oh, that's not a good shape. You just change that. Okay, cool. And X faces. Yeah. Now we see the way better. So we can put this in the second layer so it's not covering everything. There's a big hole, of course we need to fill that. It's not the most exciting work to do, but yeah, somebody needs to do it. Oops. Right. That one. Ooh. Cool. And the last one. It should be nice. Alright, then we bring this part. I thought, oh my god, something weird is happening. But nothing wrong. Oh, what we can do is just editing it right here. Cool. It's getting really fast. Maybe it is not really exact like a chestnut, but yeah, fake it till you make it, right? So this part is good to go. I'm still happy with it. Okay, I'm going to focusing on this area, and same for this one. And we can tweak this. Did we forgot something? No. Okay, cool. So we have a nice extra wing. Pretty good. So check, double check. Nothing is wrong. Everything still looks fine. And yeah, well, this looks way more realistic, right? Cool. Anyway, in the next part, we're going to put textures on it finally. I thought this one, but in the next one. So see you in that tutorial. So we're going to put the textures on this plane. I have a sample from my final render. You can see the patterns that I put on, and that's what we're going to do. But if you want to try something else out, you're free to do that, of course. I can show you what it was to design the textures. I started with just a rusty texture from CD Textures because I wanted to have a rusty plane. Then I create something red, very easy. And when you combine these two, you get something like this. So I'm duplicating this image and put this over, I think with a multiply overlay. And everywhere in the texture you see this white line to have some nice pattern on. And you can see it everywhere. Just try out you can use these textures, of course, and follow what I'm doing. But yeah, you can try something out yourself and focus on using something better than just overlay something red. You get really nice results, even better than this one. So that's maybe a good motivation to experiment with texturing. Anyway, I also have this one, Blenderpedia PP. Very original. Anyway, very bad joke. Yeah, I'm selecting this one, and what I will do is selecting it, and I'm rotating this also, something like this, and I'm pressing U, project from view, and new image, open it, and I will select this one. The reason I tilt it a little bit is that I want to avoid the UV problems in the front, because I really can't fix that, but we can fix them on top. But so I'm not going to talk a lot. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Open this UV image editor. There should be the plane, and make this texture, and zooming in a little bit. So I'm making this big as possible. So there we have the texture, and we tilt this a little bit. So the thing is cool. Well, maybe a bit smaller. We can make it very big if you like, because we're not going to use this tail, and I'll remove that later. One is really not really bad. but then we make it a bit smaller. Okay. Next time I will make more red because I like that stuff. Okay, cool. You can see there are some little UV problems, but yeah, whatever. The problems are making it smaller, something like this. So we have a lot of red inside. Oh, inside it. Cool. Or not. Don't know. Cool. Focusing on this part, what I will do is I select the UVs. Something like this. Should be fine. There's nothing really important happening. Or else, you see, this is not covering everything. So, and because everything is white, we can fix that. So, looks a bit better. It's just a very simple experiment with texturing the plane. I think you can go wild with this and try a lot of other stuff. There's a lot of space to experiment with it. So making this window a bit smaller, calling this base texture, and creating a new one, new image, open, and I want the tail texture, that one. So there we go. And I want to combine the thing in the back. I will explain later why I'm doing that. Okay, and another thing to do is selecting these vertices to start with. Yes, definitely. So ignore the tail selection because this is just for the back. Okay, cool. Right. Okay. We don't need this line, only this one, because the UV problems are there. Oh, they already started. Oh, we should select them. Okay, cool. Yeah. So ignore the tail. Or only for the eye we can remove this, but it really isn't a big deal because we're changing that later. So you project from view, and this should fix all the problems without having problem. Yeah, it looks like it's overlapping. So I'm happy with the result. You can even make it bigger for a better resolution if you like. But yeah, don't go too wild. So save your work. And now we're gonna spend time on the tail. So, and we're going to do that by selecting these. So yeah, that's good. And that one as well. Oh yeah, now we select, yeah, we should select it. Alright, fine. Alright, fine. Having that Tears of Steel girl in my head. Cool. Focusing on the tail. If we press Ctrl L, everything is selected, and we don't want that. This is a serious job. And that one, and that one. Okay, cool. We're doing good. And finish this. And two more. Okay, just checking everything, if everything is selected, but I think we did well. Alright, the material, calling this tail texture, and we're assigning it, and we're projecting the image on it. You project from view and texture. Yes. Okay, cool. And we want this Blenderpedia sign to be having it right there. Oh, you don't need a Blenderpedia sign, but It's fun. Okay, cool. So we have a nice tail, works. And what did I do with the... Oh yeah, that's a funny one. I'm going to focus on this area. Control L. And a little bit like this. Project from view. And I want... What do we want? I want this one. Okay. Is that because there are two of them? No, just one. Talking a lot in myself. Sorry for that. I don't know why. Sometimes just happening. I think in the previous one I used one tail. I combined them, but for now this works pretty good. We have still some UV problems. So what I will do, let's do this project from view again. Scale it up. Okay, cool. So yeah, still not the best, just better than nothing. Okay, cool. And how does it looks like here? Yeah, here it's cup is way thinner, but I think that one is wrong. This is way better. So don't be afraid. So we fix this one. Okay, cool. Or should we do it from this side? Yeah, let's do that. New project from view. New image open. That's the right one. Oh, rotate it. Oh, cool. Oh, it's not really cool. Not cool at all. We have to match it, and oh yeah, how do we? Oh, something like this. Perfect. Alright, we're already done. And we have the tail wings. Oh yeah, well, it's, I think, pretty simple. I'm combining these two, Ctrl J, and selecting everything. New image, open it. Tail, I think this one works. You project from view and go to the texture mode. What I did, just very small. Okay, this is very funny. Okay, that will work. Okay, then we have these. You see, I'm going really quick through it because I think you are smart enough to fix this. And if you have better, maybe this is really your thing that you think, yeah, I go wild with textures and I'm just doing this really randomly. I don't want to bother you with that. You project from view, new image open. Is it red or is it white? Okay, it's the white one. It's the first base texture. I think that's good. So it should be. It's really big. Yeah, we have some UVs. I thought that we also had the third one textured, but it's separated. I don't know why. Or we have to texture that one as well. Well, it's not a big deal at all. So we go in the top view, new project from view, and this should be good. Yeah. Okay, cool. Now, well, focusing on this part, and I'm making that twist so we have also these UVs. But yeah, I think you get that already. And let's have a look. Okay, oh, I want everything, all of it. Right. So, fixing these UVs, these. Or just, yeah, cool. Oh, did I do it again? I think. Why should it? I hate it, really. You project. I hope that won't be a big deal. Texture in. Alright, and then you think, yeah, whoa, wait, this needs to have texture, and you are right. You are right. So what should we do? I think we make this black, like a black thing, and you can see in the image some part is white. So I will make some something like this. In this case, it's good to have a mirror modifier, and so deselect this one, and we want that part. Okay, plus one new, and make this a bit, let's call it not totally white. That's not what you want, and nothing appears when you go to texture mode. So you go to this mode, and you make this that white one or gray one, and this the black one, and that should work. Something like this. All right. And well, it's getting really fast, so putting very nice textures on it. Only when it is just in a rest mode it will work. No, I don't have anything. So what I will do with the wheels is in fact the same. I'm making that darker, and the inner part I'll make that the gray, but I didn't put the dark texture on it, so or use this one, so good. That is good. Yeah, and this one also new, a bit dark, just a bit darker, a dark area. We have this cone, and I will make this, it's not finished. I discovered it's not finished, so make this smaller. So now it's finished. And we use Anisotropic. That's for with that file save. Make that one. We have to look what happened. Put a sun lamp on it. We didn't make any render yet. Add lamp sun. So make this 4. Make some beautiful skylight. Make that, well, that's good enough. So we want to it's a Anisotropic one. And the sunlight is nice in that direction, so there's a difference. If we make this glossy, this is happening. I don't like that at all. Anisotropic just makes some very funny. Oh, there. One more. Yeah, you're my friend. So yeah, if you think this one is too big, you can tweak that, but or what looks weird because it's popping out, make that smaller. Yeah, feel free to tweak that. And I want my image back from the side. We have a nice propeller. No, the side one. This was the side one. So yeah, this cone is good. Maybe the propeller, we need to tweak that. So texture, and oh yeah, well, we need to fix that gloss as well. So let's have a look. What should we do? I think we put on a gloss shader. New gloss. There's a trick from the guy on Blender Diplom. I'm using that always for gloss, with absorption gloss. So I'm gonna put that on later, because I didn't make any environment, so I can show you what this looks like with gloss. Well, it already looks good. Yeah. Well, good. It looks good for a tutorial. Let's have a look. There's too much space between this. Oh, this is always nice. File, save, and we make. Oh, this is supported. So system CUDA, and it's always nice to render fast. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is our lovely airplane. Well, I'll leave that gloss as what it is, because I think it's good. So, oh, I forgot one part. Why should I forget that one? These ones. And what I will do is not project from view. I can smart UV project that one, and go to new image, open, and well, let's roll with this one. And I think it already looks believable. No, it's not. It's smaller. Okay, cool. This guy already needs some work. Smart UV projection, press OK, and using the same texture, the rusty one. Okay. All right. What we also can do is, that's what I want to try out with the node editor. Save your work, please. Don't want to lose everything. So come on. Maybe you can hide this one. No, and this one, yeah. Add shader, mix shader, because now we have just a diffuse texture, and I like to put something on it. What looks better? So add shader glossy. Put it down there. Starting with 0.1. Well, look what happens. Oh, it's just that one. Oh, it looks fake. Shift D. I'm going to put some bump on it. Color. No. Add color mix. Making that multiply. Multiply is using the black and white areas, so we can use that pretty good. Yeah, why not? Well, what I want to know is if I make this 6, yes, render it again, and I'm selecting that one and using exactly the same. No, it's a different material, so we have to make it again. Oh, why should we? Shader, mix shader. Yeah, you can hear it in my voice. I'm a bit glossy. I want to go fast. And add color mix, and we're putting that in the top one. You can tweak that, of course, but we have to wait a second. Come on. I want to see this part, so render it again. Okay, and what if we I don't know. Okay, maybe make this more white. Should, well, never mind. Make this 0.1. Glossy shader. Oh, this is for the tail. This tail should be I was working there. Alright, make this 0.02. Yeah. Okay, now we wait. I couldn't find any difference, and I was looking like, yeah, there is something changing. Yeah, should be, but it wasn't. Mix shader. Oh, there should be a duplicating button. Oh, glossy. Now things change. Yeah, exactly. Now we're talking. Add color mix. So confused. Multiply. Okay, now you can see the rest points, so it's doing really something. 0.1, no, 0.03 to start. Oh yeah, well, too much bump on it. Maybe just a little bit smaller. Okay, from this point it looks believable. Okay, and I want to change these. New, it doesn't have any color. I want to make it a bit gray. So if we make that darker, no way, something like this, you can see the transition. And new, make that also a bit gray, and also for that one darker, one in the bottom, in the back I mean, and render it again. Okay, this is way too much. 0.02. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is what I like, these reflections. This is good. So yeah, you can do whatever you want on it. Alright, you can also texture and put all these materials on these things, but yeah, I'm not going to do this right now. In the next part and the last part, we're going to composite this scene. So we are putting a sky in, letting it fly, and do some really magic stuff. So see you in that part. So in this final part, we're going to create the final render, and I will show you how to animate this as well. Yeah, to start with the final stuff, we are going to put an environment in the scene. I'm doing that by adding a mesh and a cylinder. There are a lot of ways to put something in, and I discovered this is one I really liked. So I put it in the middle, and I'm projecting it from the cylindrical projection. Going to new, image, open, and there should be a nice texture. And I go to the UV image editor, and I'm scaling that, and maybe it's a good idea again. Oh, it's not, it's working. Right. Didn't see anything happening there, and I can imagine you really like to know what is happening. Anyway, so making that smaller, camera, put it in the right point where you wanted it. So I think this is a cool thing that you see the plane from this one. So making this bigger, putting it right there, smooth it so we don't see all these ugly, well, it's now inside. So faces, the same for this one, where we get a lot of noise and we don't want that. Make this 0.02. Right, yeah, you can change the color of the sunlight, but well, we're not gonna do that, maybe later. But and we have to apply that. We have applied it and make it emission, so it's casting light and not a diffuse, or it looks very dark. So what is happening if we hit render in the viewport, of course? Okay, this is it. We can make this a bit smaller, but it's an image that I really like. But I think we should zoom out a little bit, and we have to scale that as well. You don't see all the extra details. Yeah, okay. I think I'm going to make this ready for a first render, but we have to, I like to tweak some parts till we do that. Also the sun lamp, render, kind of color. Viewport rendering is amazing, really. No, I just want a white color. Yeah, you can experiment with that. What happens if we make it 8? No, 7. So it's really too bright. If you can, if there's, I think it's just too bright because there's a really white stuff on it. So 6 is enough. So yeah, okay. Propeller motion blur. I can tell you how that works. There is a panel, motion blur. And we have to animate it. So that's where we start. This is our propeller. It's doing really fine jobs. And I start with layer number 1, pressing I, lock rotation, making this 25, and turn this 90 degree. Something like this. And I, lock rod, you go to 50, and do this every time again. Rotate it 90 degrees. E, lock rod, 75. E, lock rod, and 100. E, lock rotation. And I go to the graph editor. Problem is now, I can show you in this image, if I press animate, nothing happens, of course. It gets really, this is good. And then, yeah, the point is this. It's, come on, stop it. It's getting normal, and slows down. And we can avoid that by go to the graph editor, press V, vector. Yes, alright. If I press Alt 8 again, if I start on 1, it's doing perfect. You think, yeah, this thing is really slow, and that's why the motion blur is. And I find out a value of 8 works pretty well. In a viewport, you won't really see it. So I'm going to sampling and make a first render, making this, well, 30 already looks good, but well, let's make this 90. It's rendering really fast. So there we go. Hit render. It should render really fast. So we can see a lot of things to happen. And what I want to see, oh, you can toggle between all these nice layers. So I think they changed the transparent layer in the newest version of Blender, working in 66.1. Yeah, that 66.1. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, totally no sense. Yeah, the motion blur is doing its work, but what we also can do is try out with 1, because I chose 8, but I think it's a bit ridiculous. Making this 40, rendering faster, so I don't have to tell you stories while we're waiting. This is the GPU, it's doing really fast. I love that one. And maybe the CPU is faster in this case. Yeah, well, now with 1, you can see a little bit movement. Well, what will happen if we make that 12? I didn't try it out. 12. I don't think it's seconds, because if these things are seconds, yeah, this is not the reality. Okay, come on. And yeah, what is happening right there? Oh no, I thought it was the window doing weird. Oh yeah, definitely. I like this one. So we keep these settings. Cool. So what we need to do right now is do some compositing stuff, and I want to put some little bit mist in it, and making nice dark corners and making things looks like the plane is in the air, right? And clouds. We're gonna create clouds, and you can see what happens if we. This is very funny. So if you just leave that flat, yeah, it doesn't look really realistic. Anyway, enough talking. Or I can leave that, make that 40. 14, not 40. That's different. Anyway, we make 60 sample render. Yeah. And we don't need to do anything with the sky background. No, just leave this. This should be pretty good. for creating the clouds, I'm using the internal engine because volumetric light is not supported in cycles. And volumetric light is that you create an object and making it transparent, and the light is casting these things like mist. So it's a little bit difficult to explain, but when I creating it, you think, oh yeah, oh, I understand. I hope you understand. So plane. You're doing well. So now we have an image, and we go to the node editor, and we go to this one. We have nothing. Use nodes, and we want a backdoor drop. You can see that later. And we start with add an output viewer node. Things up here. So there we go. Zooming out a little bit. And what I also can do is use a little bit of defocus, but we start with the mist and at the vector map value. Lovely feature this. What it's doing is when you use a z-axis, it's having the measurements of the depth in the scene, so you can put mist in it and tell you where you want the mist. I'm going to show you how that works. Output viewer, put this in the viewer. And we have this totally white image, but if we make this 0.01, you can see the plane. And if we 0.02, the point is that a plane is a really small object. So if you get a big environment, you can see that the mist stops here in the front. But make this 0.01 again, and yeah, maybe this 0.002. Just ignore me a little bit. Alright, we're gonna combine them. Add color mix, and the mix is going to be here. This value is going to be here, and then we should have an image. We should have it, yeah. And if I make this 0.01, there's two. Whoa, yeah, it's not good. 0.00, no, 0.002. You have a little bit mist, yeah. So sharp, and there's a little bit of mist, but it's really small details. The thing is that when we change this to blue, you can make this more fresh. Very nice detail. Oh, 0.004 will allow this kind of effect. You can experiment with a glare node. I'm not going to put it in, but sometimes that works. It depends on every scene. Filter glare, this one, and I want some fog glow. I mean this 0.6, 0.5. I make it 0. Wow, yeah, there we go. The magic in this node is that the plane is merging with the background. So, and in this case, I think it works. So what I need to do is to show you it. This. So look at that point. If I combine that with, yeah, it's hard to see. So this one, no. Okay, whatever. Never mind. I can make it high. Has more resolution in it. But I like it. Maybe a bit more upwards, so it's not really over. That not too bright. Or do I like this? Come on. Ooh, it's between it. We need to be between it. Okay. Next one is a very favorite node of me is the distort lens distortion. So this plane is flying in the air, so we want to blur out the corners, making this 0.02. So this should blur out the wings and doesn't attach or a little bit to fake the bad textures. Anyway, so we have this, and what can we do? What also, I'm a big fan of the UN saturation node. So add color UE, and I want to be black and white in the scene. something like this. Come on, it's not really effective. Anyway, and then we need the add color RGB, no, color balance. This image is a bit blue, very blue. Can even over blue this. We have to wait for this node to make this medium, because it's really holding me up. It's more warm colors. Oh yeah, definitely. Can make this a bit darker. This is really doing a lot of stuff. Yeah. So you have more contrast in the scene. That's what I'm trying to reach. So I'm not just pulling the buttons. I want these in blue, and this one, I think it's for the shadows. It's getting more warmer, but even that one, it's more purplish. Yeah, it's something like this. What's really complicated. Before I going to put the, well, let's just try it. I'm going to put dark corners like a vignette. Yeah, that's just the Blender thing, you know. Matte, where's the converter? Matte. Just a scene is not finished with a vignette. It's to finishing touch. Add color, blur, filter, blur it. Come on, so slow. I don't know why. And distort, lens distortion. So we put this, yeah, one over there, and put this one here. Make this greater than, and put this, make this, oh, put it up there, and make this here, make this 120. So it's blurring out the, I'm showing you what I'm doing. So yeah, okay, make this 0, making this 1. There should be a difference for Gaussian. Yeah, color, multiply, mix, change it to multiply. So we put this up there, put this down there, and there should be an image, if I'm right. Whoa, I think we have to, I don't want to see the vignette. I just want it to be there, but not really there. You know what I mean? No? Okay. Anyway, clouds. Okay, so what I will do is save this work and go to the magic panel, and that is go to plus and full copy. Yeah, because I want to see where everything is. So I'm leaving everything where it is. I can remove the light. Oh no, I'll leave the light where it is. Sorry. And I'm creating add mesh cube. Yeah, we have cube. We're going to subdivide it. Something like this. One more time. Making this something like so. And I want to be more, this is perfectly rounded, so I want to have some weird shapes in it. And a way to do that is to go to the Blender render engine, and we create a cloud texture. Clouds, and make this very dark. There's more, something like this. I put this one, makes it more sharp. You get this. This is really rough thing looking texture. Then we call this cloud shapes. Yes, there we are. And we go to this one and add a displacement. And we should find our cloud shapes, making this 0.1. Alright. Yes, that looks like a cloud. Really messed up. So this is already perfect. I don't want anything else. Maybe, oh, then we should, oh yeah, of course. Cool. Oh yeah, now it's going to be perfectly rounded. Also, I should start next time with a sphere, but I like to include my own clouds. I don't really have a system for this. Sorry, just want to tweak my cloud till something. Okay, and it's going to be alright. Don't be afraid that I'm messing it up. I'm creating, so if I hit render, there should be, I'm going to do that. I'm just going to render this file, save. So we are in the internal engine. It's the totally opposite of Cycles. Removing it. Okay, now the plane is gone. I don't like it anyway. Think, remove this one, and I hit render F12. So there we are. We have a lovely ugly thing in the middle, and I don't want that. So I'm going to I want to make a transparent background, so I'm looking for the layers, the sky, and make this, oh, where is it, I'm always looking to that for that panel. Oh yeah, performance, shading, sky, transparent, 12. So ugly cloud. Then we go to this one, volume, whatever, and we get a cloud, something like this. I'm gonna tweak these settings. That's what happened. Maybe we should put the density down there. You can see in our preview panel the difference. Yeah, what I will do is I change the sun lamp to this and make this maybe 12. Yeah, cloud. Well, don't be afraid, we're not gonna use this cloud. And I have to do some more stuff with this cloud, so what I will do is put up the resolution to 100. And let me think, well, maybe the reflection, make this 1.2. So I'm feeling a lot of, reflection is 1.3 values, and you think, oh, I have to copy that and put it in my, just try to experiment. Volumetric light is something really, yeah, it's a cool feature, but it's a bit complicated. There are a lot of options, and to have the best results, just try to experiment with this. So I tried a lot of things out, and I couldn't get my cloud any more realistic, so I ended up with this. And I thought there should be something to make it more realistic, and there is. So I'm putting one more over here, render, or one over here. I put it so it's really big, so like this. Whoppa. Cool. No. So hitting render F12 when we have clouds, cube clouds. So we have this render, and still doing some compositing, I think. So we need to delete that one as well. So I think this is the compositing tree from Cycles. I can just deselect it, and I only want to have my image in the compositor. So we should have some clouds in the back if we put also the one in the viewer. So there we go. Now we need to combine this with the scene or original scene. Yeah, okay, so go away from my background. Go away. Alright, and I need to add input a render layer, and I'm selecting scene, that one, so that should be clouds. Okay, now the epic part is coming in. Add color mix, making this add is combining these transparent black and white things. Discover that really works. And come on, ta-da, come on, wow, clouds. Of course it's totally ugly, not really good, and not doing the thing what we want. So I thought, what can I do to make this look better? I tried to color RGB curves, that's one. Another one, add filter blur, false Gaussian, and we start blurring it. Make this 50 in 15, and something should happen with clouds, so make this even 30. Don't want to have any visible thing in it, and make this more and lower this. So we're going to erase it. So there are clouds right now in the air, and it has something, oh, it's a believable cloud, but what we now want to do is we go back to this scene, 3D, and yeah, move it a bit more randomly. It's really obvious that it says that these shapes are in something like this. Okay, cool. So hit render again. And we toggle back to the scene and go back to the node editor where it is waiting for the next image. Okay, cool. I can recommend to experiment with that. That's what we're gonna do. Now I want this something close to the camera. So Shift D and something like this also works. And to have movement in the scene, what we do is we bring this here, pressing I, lock rod, and go to 100, bring them right there, and pressing lock rod again, go to the graph editor, V vector, so they're moving exactly the same. So one, and they're moving. So when the plane is flying, these clouds are going to the back, and that should work pretty good. Imagine this is one, or even like thing like this. Next thing what we need to do is we go to the scene, hit the camera, making this a little bit bigger. We're going to do a trick with the camera, and we're going to animate this one as well, and go to the graph editor, and I'm pressing E, location, yeah, pressing the blue one, and hit 2 times. So this is what's happening. Way too much, but if we bring this just right there, this is too much. Oh wow, it should be something there. It's like this. Come on. Alright, I think this is enough. Now we're putting in them right, so yeah, and we go to this panel, pressing S, add modifiers, cycles, cycling it, not cycles, and put it right there. Oh cool. So if we hit Alt A, it's like the plane is flying in the air and it's doing good. Alright, I think this is good. And we also want this camera in the other scene with the animation, what is not at this moment. So pressing Ctrl L, object to scene 001, and we go to this scene, and there are now two cameras in the scene, I think. Oh yeah, there it is. One is doing really funny movements. Oh yeah, there it is. So this one is gone, and this should be view camera, set active camera. Oh, did I remove the wrong one? No, it's the good one. Yeah, pretty good. Well, the clouds are getting really fast. So we go back to the scene. You can give it a name if you like. We hide this stuff, tree. So in fact, when I hit animation, we have a very nice we have a plane what is flying in the air and the clouds are moving around, and it doesn't matter where I put the camera, like here, if I hit render F12, just rendering. Oh cool. Oh right, this is fun. But because I moved the camera, there is the motion blur, and we're going to change that, of course, don't be afraid. Motion blur. Okay, cool. So F12. Yeah, way better. So that's a choice what you need to make. If you want these movements in the plane or in the camera, you can't toggle on motion blur. And if you if you want movements in the camera, the motion blur is not really a good option. But if you removed it, it can work. So the propeller works pretty well. I will show you how that looks like. And we have a final image, or don't we have a node editor? Yeah, exactly. So we want the propeller. Looks good. So graph editor, sorry for all the work. What the? Come on, move it. So we hit render again and make this 14. It's already good. There we go. So you have to fake everything, every movement, because this propeller is moving. And yeah, look at that propeller, it is going so fast. Alright, looks nice. And we have the clouds. Oh, we go to the node editor. And it should be 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, displaying it. It is coming. Oh yeah, there it is. So we have the nice clouds coming over, the propeller moving. Yeah, only the camera movement is a little bit. Yeah, that's the thing. That's a lack of the combination of the engines. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and see you in the next one.